right there for a big canner. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna shoot a quick video, show you what we're doing today. So I'm back clearing land again, and it's sweating. It's hot, ain't it? Jenny's out here sweating like a slave out here. But I'm back here cutting down some trees and stuff, and salvaging the little bit of firewood that's in there. But for the most part, we've just been pushing them over with the dozer and uprooting everything, and then pushing the trees into a big pile here. So I'll show you that. Look at all that brush. That's a nice little cherry we salvaged for firewood. Got a little firewood pile there. You can see that. Collected up for firewood. It is hot today. Jenny's sweating. But hey, it's better than being at home doing nothing. You can see where I've been clearing, that was all trees. I'm talking about thick trees like that right in there. Right there. That was all trees over there. And but we're about done. I think by the end of the day we'll have it almost done, and maybe we can show you what I did. But I'm gonna get you a couple shots. I'm gonna put the camera up there on the top of the dozer where you can see the blade and see me uprooting some trees. But pretty tickled salvaging a little bit of this firewood here, especially the little cherry trees. It's pretty cool. All right. You can see some of the few logs we have saved up or salvaged. That's all some really nice hickory and some cherry there. So that's worth it. I don't know how. I think we might, if I get enough accumulated down here, I may bring the flatbeds got shorter standards, and my buddy Josh here that I'm doing this for, he's got a little tractor with a grapple, and I may just have him load the logs for us. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But we got a massive brush pile here. Cedar root ball over there. Yeah, this used to all be trees in here. I'm talking about thick. There was a patch of plum trees over there, and they were a pain to get out. Not that they were rooted that deep, they just sucked because it was just twisted up, and it was aggravating. But we got her done, so I'm gonna set you up here. Probably gonna go this side of the dozer, maybe that a little later. But I'm gonna get you set up where you can see it. I ride them on, well, no, I'm going to be working off this side, so I'll be fine. I'm working off this side where I can see it, okay. not that great when it's on the front of a dozer. But I've got about 35 to 40 trees left up here to push over, and they're not that big, so I may get done today, I may not, but shouldn't take too long. A lot of this is on the side of a hill, as you can see. Well, you may not be able to see it too good on the camera, but I'll show you. Right there where the old abandoned house is that I showed you, I cleaned all the vines around. That's on top of the hill, and as you go down through here, it's a slope the whole way down to the pond, which is directly behind me here. So when I'm done, he'll have a straight shot. When he builds his new house there where the old house is, he'll be able to see right down to his pond, and all this that I've cleared, and all this will all be grass. It'll be grass with some nice shade trees in. I'm gonna leave some of the bigger cedars here, some of the pine trees, a couple oaks. So it's gonna look awesome when he's done. When he gets it all finished like he wants it. And it's just fun to be able to clear land and make somebody's dreams come true. So anyway, it's hot out here. Like we said, it is very hot. We're gonna work here about another 3-4 hours and call it a day. We'll find a cool spot. But we try to get started really early in the morning so we can go home earlier when it's so hot. But I sure do appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all next video. Thank you. Say goodbye, Jenny.